So, this is part two, soul contracts and ancestral curses. This is a pre-incarnation agreement. After doing thousands of Akashic record readings, I started noticing these commonalities. This is one of the deepest layers. Before you were born, your soul may have agreed to certain lessons for the purpose of collective healing. These are soul contracts. And the people that participate in these soul contracts with us are people that loved us enough to come into this life with us as the antithesis, as the catalyst. So this could be the trigger. Now, healing and suffering kind of go hand in hand. Okay, so the contract could have been to heal lineage of abuse, poverty, or oppression, or all of them for most of us. But the unconscious interpretation of that contract becomes, I must live out the abuse, poverty, or oppression in order to heal it. And this is a fatal misunderstanding. This is what creates generational illness. And a lot of us were taught that there is this righteousness that comes with suffering, but it isn't. Ancestral curses are simply unhealed trauma. So an ancestral curse is the energetic imprint of unhealed trauma. It's the story of loss. It is the story of betrayal or violence that is passed down through the DNA until somebody in the lineage is strong enough to alchemize it with consciousness. Autoimmune diseases is common in my family and a lot of others. I'm sure I'm speaking to people who can relate. And oftentimes they may be a manifestation of your grandmother's silenced rage, her pain, her abuse. So many women went through things that they didn't talk about back then. The financial anxiety that we may feel or experience could be an echo of ancestors' famine. Me having sickle cell was because in a past life, I died from a famine. And sickle cell was a way for me to get back on the path of healing. So I create these exercises to help with this. But before I tell you about that, let me tell you, if you're on a journey of a spiritual awakening and you're noticing physical symptoms, you're being called to do a somatic exorcism. Not in a religious way, but in an alchemical sense. This is the process of evicting foreign low vibrational energy from the body and rewriting the soul contracts, which is why 5 years ago, I changed the name of Remnants Gathering to New Verse Live, because we were writing new verses to live by. So the first step would be to identify the intrusion. And this is where your pain becomes an oracle. This is a map system that I have created. And the location of the pain reveals the story. And in my Sacred Sister Coven, I'm going to give you a printout of different parts of the body, different pains, and what the message may be. Now, this could be ancestral contracts issues. This could be issues around feeling safe, feeling secure, issues around your sexuality, relationship issues. If you're having pain in like your heart or your upper back area, this could be the result of you absorbing emotional pain of other people who have these soul contracts and may have experienced betrayal and heartbreak. Headaches and migraines are oftentimes related to psychic attacks, mental overload, autistic burnout, and a refusal to listen to your intuition. Let me tell you about intuition. Intuition is not repeating herself over and over again. This next step, you want to revoke the consent and cut the cords. And this is a declaration. This is a somatic act where you use breath, sound, and movement, like the hip spirals that I'm going to be teaching in the Sacred Sister Coven. And this is to energetically declare with your physical body and sound that you revoke all contracts known and unknown that do not serve your highest benefit, and that you are calling back all the energy to you. You're cutting the cords of attachment across all planes of dimension. The next step, which is step 3, would be to fill that space with sovereign energy. And I call this ambiance in my Turn Pain into Purpose alchemical course. And nature abhors a vacuum, right? So after you do an eviction, you want to create an ambiance in your space. And so this is where you invoke the goddess archetypes that I will connect you with once you take the quiz in the community. So Sekhmet, she's powerful for burning away the remnants of these psychic attacks and this energy and these soul contracts. Invoking Oshun helps to anoint the newly cleared space with self-love and a invitation to more pleasure. Invoking Lilith would be the one that you would use if you struggle with boundaries, to be able to stand your ground, to be able to heal your energy field. And there are others, but as I said, I will go over this in the coven. Now, the ultimate magic happens through ritual, okay? And a lot of times there are soul agreements that we have and we have not revoked them, right? So you want to change the contract from I carry this pain of my lineage to I am the alchemist who transmutes this pain into power for my lineage. My healing is their healing. And this is when your body actually becomes a living altar. So whether you are dealing with any type of chronic illness or have noticed it in your family and want to avoid it, or maybe you have gotten a diagnosis and you really don't know where to go or what to do about it. You don't know where to start. I know for me personally, everything couldn't be found in medical records with different tests. And sometimes I would be frustrated by that and I didn't know what it meant. But everything in this world is frequency, energy, and vibration. So if we aren't addressing the energetic part, because the body stores everything, the body remembers everything. You might think you let it go and you might feel like you got past stuff, but the body holds on to it until you release it. So you can't intellectualize your way through this. You can't use affirmations alone and get through this. You can't use just Western medicine alone and get through this. You can't use just herbs alone and get through this. I know a lot of people got stuff for sale and TikTok and they be promoting it, and I've tried a lot of it and what works, like I share it with you all, but a lot of it didn't, and there were a lot of steps that were missed before you even get to that part, right? So these are some of the things that's making it more difficult for us to alchemize the pain of our ancestors and the pain of ourselves and our past lives. And when your body is stuck in that frequency, when you are carrying the ghost in your mind and the energetic imprints, these are entities that attach to us. When you're carrying that and you're going through spiritual activation, it can create a lot of chaos inside of your body. And so being able to create soft life routines, no matter what's happening in your life, that's priceless if somebody can help you do that. Because I'm telling you from experience. And for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know how long I've been working at this. And you know how long that I have been dealing with this. And I was blessed to have been born with the illness. So I had to learn how to do this very early on. So a lot of the things that I teach isn't just stuff like I just learned. It's things that actually have saved my life. And not just saved my life, but have changed the energy field around me where more love can surround me and where I can be more compassionate to myself when my physical body or even my mind is not as healthy as I would like for it to be. So if you want a part 3, let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep this series going, but that quiz that you can take to connect the things happening in your body to a specific goddess and the message that she may be bringing to you for an initiation, that quiz is available in my school community. And that's the only place that I'm putting this right now, because I need this to be in a sacred space. And I only want to, extend this free community to people who are really serious about this. And I know people say, if you make something free, people not go use it. People not go appreciate it. If people don't have to go in their pocket for it, they're less likely to devote themselves to actually doing it and using it. And that has been true sometimes. But for now, we're going to rock this out free. And when I get ready to go deeper into this, there will be levels to this coven where we will be able to just be there for each other energetically and have a place where there are like-minded women who are on this healing journey as well. Because I'm telling y'all, after this eclipse season and these portals that's opening up, the energy on this planet is going to be off the charts. And if you know how to work with it, and if you know how to release what's stored on the hard drive inside of your body, you're not going to be a mirror to that energy. That energy won't have a bridge to impact.